Yo, what's good YouTube? It's boardzy, and this is going to be a quick review of the Roccat Sense Pro. This is a cordura pad from Roccat. It's not really new at this point, it's been out for a few months, but I was getting some comments asking me to review it after the Mousepad tier list, and it is not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to this mousepad, let me just tell you that. So I'm not sure how obvious it is on camera, but I'm pretty sure now you can see that there is basically a bubble right in the middle of the mousepad where I rest my wrist. And my theory is that maybe it's the heat from your wrist or something is causing this texture to not adhere to the base properly, and it just makes these bumps. You can actually hear, like when you swipe over it, it makes a scratchy loud sound because you're like pressing the bump down, versus the rest of the pad where it's just perfectly smooth. And as cordura pads go, this is a really unique and interesting one of the faster pads I have used in terms of cordura, like faster than the MPC 450, way faster, and a better feeling texture than all of the cooler master shit. But unfortunately, if you play on it, at least on my copy, for even 10 minutes, it's going to start bubbling up and just feels like utter shit. So that's unfortunate. The stitched edges are also raised in typical cordura pad fashion. But the size was great. It's like 475 by 475. But yeah, to put it simply, this is an unusable mouse pad, and I feel absolutely conned out of the $30 that I spent on it. When there are cordura options like the X-Ray Pad Tray Gun, which is probably the closest surface to the Sense Pro. And the Tray Gun, I just overall recommend it. It doesn't have the highest quality base, but at least it doesn't develop bumps that make the mousepad unusable within like less than a half hour of use. I know other people in my comments have actually complained about this, and I've seen a few things on Reddit. Nothing on YouTube from the reviews, though. So I'm not sure how prevalent the issue is, but I just wouldn't recommend buying this product, honestly. I'm not going to talk too much about the glide, but what I will say is that the initial friction is extremely low, and in general, the glide is just very smooth. It feels almost like an Artisan Raiden, just very a buttery experience, if that makes sense. No difference between the X and Y. It feels extremely easy to make small motions, so if you have shaky aim, and you're used to a control pad to help with that, then you probably will have an issue adapting to something like the Sense Pro. In general, it's going to be too fast for most people. But honestly, if it wasn't for the quality issues, I think the Sense Pro could have filled the niche of a budget Artisan Raiden, or even a glide similar to the Shinenkai. It's impressive how fast this mousepad is when it's working properly, but I just can't recommend it. And it sucks because usually cordura pads are extremely durable and resistant to changes in temperature and humidity. And I pulled out the Tray Gun to actually compare them, and there is no doubt that the surface is smoother and just finer on the Sense Pro. So hands down, out of all of the cordura pads I've tried, the Sense Pro is the smoothest to the touch, and I would say the most comfortable, of course excluding the quality issue. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I hope Roccat gets this issue sorted out, because then this is a pretty solid mousepad for $30. Still doesn't blow me away in terms of quality. I mentioned with the stitched edge, still not lying perfectly flat. But those are very minor things compared to the bumps that appear, or the bubbles, whatever you'd like to call them, on the mousepad after minimal use. So that's all I gotta say. Don't recommend it, but if you're interested in the surface and are willing to take a fucking 50-50, I mean, you have my blessing. Good luck, man. But yeah, that's all. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is just a quick one, and just saying this mousepad's not good. I can't believe I forgot, but I did not do a lighter test. There's really no point because this mousepad's very thin. It honestly might be under 3mm, but I lost my caliper, and it basically feels like a hard pad when you do a lighter test. There's no plush to it, but yeah, just a speed surface. Oh, more bumps. Awesome. I love how they just randomly develop. But yeah, peace.